internet is suffering. It's been over 2 months since anyone has last heard word of the man who dared challenge a titan. Without his cynical nature to keep them grounded, RWBY fans have become too careless and complacent, blinded by the flash of colors, struck awe by the stupendous fight scenes, dumbfounded by the oversized breasts of certain characters. They believe the show is flawless simply because of how much it's grown. Volume 5 has made them content in the knowledge that this show is great. I mean, it's okay, good at times, but is it really great? I've been gone too long. It's time that I returned. They need to be reminded of just how many flaws it has. I'm not the critic they wanted. Definitely not. In fact, I think most of them despise me. But right now, I'm the one they need.
Well, you're getting me whether you like it or not.
What's been going on, Internet? That's right, I'm back for another season of RWBY. For those who might not know, last year I reviewed Volume 1.
If you call bitching about the story and wanting more from a free web series reviewing, sure, I'll indulge your fantasy. Just remember to wash your hands when you're done and don't touch me.
And while the workload nearly killed me last time, it looks like I haven't learned my lesson.
Yeah, I thought you were too stupid to hear all the negativity the fans were sending our way.
Cause I'm back for the second season of RWBY. Now, most of you guys should know what RWBY is, and for those who don't, what the hell are you doing here? This is going to be a review of the second volume. Go and watch my first volume review, then come back. Go on, I'll wait. Done? Yeah, I know. I was terribly cringy back then.
And like milk left in a nuclear power plant during an atomic explosion, time has not made you better.
Anyway, speaking of reminiscing, how about we do a quick little recap on Volume 1? Don't worry, this won't take me very long. I mean, the entire season took like, what, 2 hours? And that's with intro and credits.
The show is a web series created by the late Monty Oman, released by his buddies at Rooster Teeth. It proclaims to be an anime with a 3D cel-shaded art style, which many of the anime community have been quick to segregate it under the title of American anime. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I have a problem with them keeping it out of the septic tank of filth and titties that they watch.
Hey, don't you hate on the titties.
Anywho, the show's focus is on 4 girls of a team that the show is named after, with some occasional screen time from their friends / shipping dates. The main character, though, seems to be up to some debate, as each of the 4 girls of Team RWBY plays such a crucial role in this story, and we seem to follow each of them through the show. Ruby Rose is the one with the most claim to it, as one could say that the show is named after her. A cherry, glass half full kind of girl with a sniper's knife that in no way she should be able to wield with any effect, but then again, this is anime rules. Why Schnee is the stern,
Bitchy.
glass half frozen magic wielder of the team.
It ain't magic, dipshit. Ha! Beat you to it, Internet.
Whose pride is as inflated as her bank account. Link is the ex-terrorist antisocial kitty cat that proves that not all cats are evil, just most of them. And Yang Xiaolong is Barbara Dunkelman if she was an anime character, with double the rack and half the annoying puns.
If that's even possible.
These 4 find themselves as a team at the stereotypical anime school that is required by law to be in nearly all anime dealing with teens / young adults. They are there to be trained as huntsmen, this world's equivalents to X-Men, so that they may protect the kingdom from the Grim, this world's equivalents to Titans. Along with them is their friends from Team Juniper, a bumbling idiot who shouldn't be in this school due to his lack of skills, and yet faked his way in because he's got a death wish as big as the distance he puts up between himself and his love interest, Jean Arc. The ginger that is already creepy without the yandere complex she's hiding, Nar Valkyrie. The perfect waifu, Pyronikos. And the show's creator as a self-inserted character, Lai Red.
Quick little joke, Internet. Why can't you trust Red? 'Cause he's always lying. Fuck you, that was gold!
Leave the horrible puns to Yang, Lakan, on them, because I have a feeling we're going to get enough of them in this season.
Last time we got to see the girls become a team, Weiss being a bitch, Ruby taking her role as leader more seriously, the nerd John starting to stand up for himself, and how Blake's bow poorly hides the kitty cat ears that she has. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that apart from the usual fantasy tropes that the show has, it also has another sentient race apart from humans called faunuses, who look just like humans but have an extra physical feature similar to that of an animal, like ears, tails, and horns. Wow, Rooster Teeth, with that and several other instances throughout the series, you guys pander more than a panda stripper in No Games No Life.
I have conflicting thoughts about that.
Anywho, you might have noticed that I haven't really talked about the plot yet, and that's because there isn't one! Shouldn't have expected much from the guys who made Red vs. Blue, a show with so many plot holes that if it was a cheese, it'd be empty air. All we know is that a guy named Roman Torchwick is stealing tons of the elementally charged, definitely not ripped off on Final Fantasy's materia, crystals known as dust. He's employed the help of a band of freedom fighters / terrorist group known as the White Fang, who fight against the oppression that the Faunus have suffered under. For more information, go watch the X-Men. We also know that while Roman is running everything with the White Fang, he is not the main dude in charge, as that seems to be another character.
Judging by the voice actor's online profile, I think we can expect her to have an interesting fashion sense.
The final episode showed us that not only was Blake a Faunus, but she was also once part of the White Fang, before leaving due to them turning into that which they had fought against. We also learned that Weiss's family has been under constant threat from them, and though this has caused Weiss to be a bit cold towards others, we see that her friendship with Blake was more important than old wounds. So while there wasn't much of a plot, the show did focus enough on the characters to give us a decent amount of development with them.
And will that development continue on in this new season? Or will it stagnate like most animes, just so they can keep to the characters' quirks and the status quo? Well, let's start the episode and find out. Lakanon, will you do us the honors of rolling the clip?
Like I haven't done it every single time already.
Unlike last time where we started off with 5 minutes of narration, here we jump right into the tale. We come across Grandpa Hedgehog reopening his shop when he takes a little tumble.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I did not like that laugh.
You're friends with Master Roshi, aren't you?
I'm not really from around here. Do you mind pointing me in the direction of this shop?
I knew you were lost.
Mercury, I will seriously pay you to shut up.
No deal.
Fine.
Whatever. You want me.
We continue to follow this green-haired Egyptian-looking girl and her friend, a silver-haired pervert. Excuse me. Playa. As they walk down the street, we find out that the girl's name is Emerald and the guide is called Mercury.
Even more stupid names to add to the ever-amounting list of dumb names in this show.
You just love antagonizing the fans, don't you?
Ooh, Emerald, Master Thief! Please don't take my money. I barely have enough to get by.
You're no fun today.
The two then walk into a bookstore that is clearly not open due to how friggin' dark it is inside.
Be right there. Welcome to Tuckson's Book Trade, home to every book under the sun. How may,
Yep, that's pretty much the same reaction I think we all have if a woman looking like this walked into your shop. Emerald then begins to ask Tuscan for books without wanting any of them, as her friend opens and closes books all in a clear attempt to intimidate.
What about Third Crusade?
Don't believe we carry that one.
What was this place called again?
Tuckson's Book Trade.
Your Tucson?
That's right.
So then I take it that you're the one who came up with the catchphrase.
Yes.
And what was it again?
Tuckson's Book Trade, home to every book under the sun.
Except the Third Crusade.
It's just a catchphrase.
It's false advertising.
Not exactly. You see, a catchphrase is a common saying that is used either by a person, persons, company, business, etc. that is an attractive motto aimed not so much to advertise as it is to be a simple slogan. So thus, you cannot sue us.
You shouldn't make a promise you can't keep. I hear you're planning on leaving. Your brothers in the White Fang wouldn't be happy to hear that. And neither are we. You know who we are, don't you?
Yes.
And you know why we're here?
Yes.
Are you going to fight back?
Yes!
It was at this moment that Tuscan knew. He fucked up.
Also, this is why we have guns, like this one. The two then leave the store, somehow without anybody hearing the fucking gunshot, but not without Mercury grabbing himself some in-jokes. Copyright trademark. We then cut to a picture of some dude's back.
What you doing? Nothing. Just going over notes from last semester. Lame.
Yeah, fuck you, senpai, for trying to learn and shit.
Ruby then drops by and slams a binder that probably weighs as much as her. But I've learned not to question anime's take on Newton, which is, fuck you physics.
Sisters, friends, wives.
Fuck you too, bitch!
Ruby then goes on to explain that whatever counts as a winter break is almost over, and with more exchange students arriving for the tournament, she intends for their last day to be the best day ever. Roll credits.
Did you steal my binder?
It's not stealing, it's borrowing. Without permission.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about kicking off the semester with a bang.
I always kick my semesters off with a yank. Eh? Guys?
God damn it, Barb!
Guys, it's been a good 2 weeks, but classes start back up tomorrow, which is why I've taken the time to schedule a series of wonderful events for us today.
I think however we spend this last day, we should do it as a team. I, for one, think that...
No one gives a shit what you think, ice bitch!
Guys, that's not how the overly used joke goes. Comedy 101, you cut to her when she's pointing at them, not before. We return with Sun Wukong walking with his friend Neptune. Get it? Because his hair is blue.
How this dude can walk around campus with abs like those and not immediately begin drowning in is beyond me. I guess he'll have to stick with the single kitty cat he has for now.
Anyway, Sun recounts the exploits that we saw in the last episode, as we get the usual cliche of chaos going on in the background that the foreground person or persons don't notice because they're not paying attention. Oh, and the underdog character gets hurt in a humiliating / funny way. Cliche.
I think that almost fills out my bingo card!
I'm really excited for you to meet them, so be cool, okay? You're gonna be cool, right?
Dude.
Let thy panties overfloweth, ladies.
The two then glide in on their hoverboards to see people rushing from the room, because since they are unnamed characters, they are given no part in this fight, for a full-blown food fight is underway. Complete with memes.
Now, I hate to do this, but what follows is a pretty awesome fight scene, and I really don't want to spoil it for you guys by talking over it.
Thank God.
But I can't necessarily just show you it. I know. So while I will be cutting it up a bit so that Rooster Teeth doesn't slam me with another copyright claim, I will also be pulling back on my explanation of the situation. And to make up for that lack of dialogue, I will be keeping track of all the times that Ruby gives the middle finger to physics. The show, not the character. Cool?
No.
Cool. Let's watch.
Ren kicks watermelon without breaking them. Yang punches watermelons with turkeys. Blake breaks watermelon with bread. Blake and Pyrrha fight with bread. Bread knocks Blake back. Bread knocks Yang back. Bread sends food flying.
Jeez, how freaking stale is that shit? I mean, I knew cafeteria food wasn't very nutritious, but damn!
Weiss sprays more ketchup than the bottle can hold. Ren's small tumble causes a huge explosion. Melon smashes into ground and does not break.
Fucking whole uncooked swordfish in cafeteria!
Now this is starting to piss me off. I mean, what school serves its students uncooked swordfish? And if you say that it is cooked, then that brings up a whole different slew of problems.
Swordfish knocks Nora back. Melon knocks Weiss back without breaking. Weiss shatters solid stone pillar without dying. Weiss is still holding onto the swordfish while unconscious. Leek stops Yang's kick. Leek pierces concrete. Ren is punched literally into the concrete and still lives.
Watermelon still does not break!
Nora knocks Yang into the stratosphere. Sausage Links knocks Nora back.
Aluminum is not magnetic like that!
Blake survives that. Ruby moves so fast that she creates a vacuum whirlwind effect despite being too damn small. Ruby is able to stop on a dime without shattering her legs. Team Juniper is still alive. For now.
There we go. That's more or less the gripes that I could find. You may now leave your argument in the comment section below. But remember, don't forget to call me a dumbass.
There's the dumbass.
Thank you.
I love these guys.
This is why you duck, dude. Ah! The dominatrix!
Cover your buttholes and remember the safe word.
thought she was inspired by Glinda the Good Witch of the South, not Dumbledore.
Children, please, do not play with your food.
Ha! Get it?
Rooster Teeth, you are so fucking clever!
I know you're expecting me to complain about Yang surviving that, but she's Yang. She can survive anything.
Yet I have a terrible sense of foreboding. Weird pain in my arm.
Osmond then calms Glinda, telling her that they're still children, so why not let them enjoy it?
After all, it isn't a role they'll have forever.
Foreshadowing.
Thank you, Foreshadowing Ghost. I'm glad to see that you made it into Volume 2.
Yeah, man, you and me have got to get a drink sometime.
Sure thing, bro. We then cut to a secret hangar where the White Fang, the Faunus extremist group, are unloading crates from planes as Emerald and Mercury walk up to Roman.
Oh, look, she sent the kids again.
Oh my god, it's Roman!
This is turning out just like the divorce.
Ugh. Spare us the thought of you procreating.
Well, the fanfiction writers haven't.
Roman then swipes the address from Emerald and asks them what they are doing with it. The two say that they were cleaning up the mess that Roman failed to deal with.
Listen, you little punk. If it were up to me, I would take you and your little street rat friend here and I would...
Senpai! Cinder asks Roman why the dynamic duo dealt with Tuscan, and Emerald throws out another in-joke.
I think he was some sort of cat, actually.
What, like a puma?
Yeah, there you go.
What kind of car is it?
No, I've never seen a car like that before. It looks like a big cat of some kind.
What, like a puma?
Yeah, man, there you go.
This attempt to please her senpai doesn't work, as Cinder wanted them to keep on the down low. However, Mama is still upset with Uncle Roman, asking why this wasn't done sooner.
Yeah, we get it. You got a big dick.
Roman then explains that he's been stealing all the dust in the kingdom. Incidentally, if dust is that highly dangerous weapons-grade substance that's used like explosives, and he's been stealing a ton of it, why isn't there a red alert about this? Sure, Roman says that the police are on high alert, but what about the government? This is like a group stealing a shit ton of guns and ammunitions, and the president going, fucking Texans.
Okay, maybe it is a bit more realistic than I thought.
Roman then goes on to say that if they tell him what they are planning, maybe it will make it easier for him to steal what they need.
Oh, Roman, have a little faith. You'll know what you need when you need to know.
I think she has a point. Shut up, penis. No, no.
We're moving. Have the White Fang clear out this building.
What? They just started unloading shit, and now you're telling them put it back on? You better be buying them pizza or something, because they're gonna be pissed.
Details and coordinates tonight.
Coordinates?
We're proceeding to phase 2.
Don't you stick your tongue out at me, young lady. I swear to God, I will get the bar of soap.
And just like last time, we get the intro at the end. And like last time, it's pretty awesome. Go watch it yourself.
And there you have it, folks. The first episode of the second volume of RWBY. And I have to say, better than the previous first episode that we got. Okay, before any of you start shitting on me in the comments below, I do think this was a wonderful start to the second volume.
But...
yes, like you, there's a big but that follows. And that but is that we still aren't getting enough story.
This has been a much better start than the last volume, as we not only got more screen time with our villains, but we now know that their plan seems to have multiple stages. However, we still have no idea what it will involve, who it will involve, or who it will be infecting. I mean, for all we know, this plan could be as simple as them just stealing all the dust so that they can sell it back when the price is right, to the usual grand old plan of them resurrecting some ancient baddie to rule the world!
My point being that while we aren't supposed to know the plan outright, we still need to understand the general direction that they are heading in.
We don't have any idea why they need so much dust, or how they have such an influence over the White Fang, or how they can move around without anyone being the wiser. And why attack Tuscan? Despite being so important that Emerald and Mercury were willing to blow their cover, throughout the season we are never told why they needed to keep him silent.
Cause that's what happens to fools like that. You hear that, kids? Don't be snitches and you won't get stitches.
The villains' motives aren't the only thing that is a mystery, as the villains themselves are a bit of a mystery too. As I already stated why when I put her on my top and bottoms list, we don't know why Cinder is so feared. It's clear that she has presence whenever she's in the room, but as to why or even who she is, Rooster Teeth has yet to tell us. And that kind of leaves her as just a minor threat. Plus, how this will involve or even affect our girls is also absent, which kind of turns Cinder's ineffective threat into a near non-existent one.
But not all was bad. In fact, like I said, this episode was pretty damn good. And one of the things that have definitely gotten better has been the animation.
Previously, the animation was simply good, considering that this was a small internet production company's first attempt at making a completely animated show. The backgrounds are now sharper and with more detail, the characters themselves have been polished up a bit to have more natural movements. And do I even need to say anything about how they animated the fight?
Of course not, you already shat on it.
The one little quibble that I do have is what they've done with the background characters.
Previously, it was a bit too much for them to create so many random characters and then render them all, so they just left them as silhouettes, which I found to be an interesting artistic design. Now they have them as fully rendered characters, but with their budget they still aren't up to scratch compared to the already defined cast. A combination of the two might have been a better choice.
Picky, picky, picky. Nothing's good enough for you, is it?
However, that's just my personal thought. What isn't is how great that fight was.
Yeah, normally I would say that it seemed a little weird and out of place and fucking weird, but then again, you guys would just say that's how animes work. Either way, apart from being awesome to watch, it did allow us to remember that these are indeed just kids. Keep that in mind, it'll come in handy later on, while also delivering us some sweet action scenes that had no consequences, so we can just enjoy it, as well as showing us that the two teams are working more together as a team. This was all thanks to Manio's seemingly natural way to set up and execute a fight scene. And to accompany this fight was some excellent music, once again brought to us by Jeff and Cassie Williams.
And that's all I can really say about this episode. Like last time, it's just a bit too early to give it any real criticism. Not like you booby-blind fanboys would be able to do such a thing.
What did I say about not hating on the boobies?
For now, I'll say that I'm optimistically looking forward to the rest of the season, but it will still be on to Rooster Teeth, and in particular the writers, to not only stay true to the characters, but to the story that is about to be told. So till next time, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Ricardo, the Cynical Critic. With me, no movie's sacred, no video's safe, but all deserve a chance. I'll catch you guys next time. Toodles!
Here goes. Food! Fight!
Oh, we're doing this again? I have a bag of confetti saved up.